Okay, so continuing with the tick up, so page 6, number 15. Yes, all this is just one multiple choice question. Alright, so just because you see there's a lot of writing, a lot of number, don't freak out. Try to do it. If worst comes to worst, choose one of the four answers. You have a 25% chance of guessing it correct. So on EQAO, never leave any questions blank. Worst comes to worst, just guess. Okay. Um, so this one actually, what you're doing is just plotting these points. So 50 and negative. So any table of value, remember these are just coordinates. So you can do this. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So these are just coordinates like this. So when you plot it, okay, you plot this one, 51, negative 7.5. So somewhere here, 48, negative 7. So here, and then 43 and 1 right here. Okay, so if you look at those points, you can see that they don't line up perfectly, but if you were to do a line of best fit, line of best fit, you'll get something like this as your line of best fit. So remember, line of best fit is going through as many points as you can and same amount of points above and below the line. So we can tell that this point right here is an outlier. So that one was Timmons. So C is the outlier. Okay. Number 16 is annoying because it seems like it's an easy question, but it's actually a hard question. So you're given this box plot right here. So you can tell that this is min, Q1, Q2, Q3, and max. Okay. Which two data set corresponds to this data? If you just take these numbers, it's not necessarily those numbers are the set. Right? So you actually have to, based on these, calculate the Q1, Q2, and so forth. So if this is Q2, which is your median, so median is at 10. When you take a look at these sets right here, so that, okay, yep, so the median, yep, is 10 here. Median, remember, is the middle value. So this one, the middle value is not. Wait, let me just check. Yeah, the median in this one is 9.5. So this is not it already. So I can eliminate that. This one, that. Yep, so this one also has a median at 10. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, yes, this one works as well. Okay, so I know for sure already that it's not B because the median is not 10 for this set. Right? Max and min is 5 and 21, which all of them are. So that's satisfied. So then the next thing I have to do is figure out which one has a Q1 of 8, for example. Q1 of 8 means if I take a look at this set, so my median was in here. So between 5 and 9, my Q1 is 8 right here. So yep, that satisfies it. Between this one, this was my median. So between this and this, oh wait, I don't have to check this one anyway. 10 on 10. Alright, between this and this, my Q1 would have been 7. So that's not it. So this is out as well. And then here, this works. So out of elimination, that means it's A and D. Okay. But it seems like an easy question, but there's actually a lot of work. You actually had to try 4 different sets of data set to figure it out. I rather they just give you the number set and then tell you to draw the box plot. It would have been even easier. Okay. 17, based on this graph, what is the maximum number of daylight in an hour that would expected in the year 22? Okay, so let me just save some time. What did you guys get for 17? I got D. D? Bessie? Also D? Okay. I trust you guys, but D it is. Yeah, so if you just take a look at where's the maximum, that's 16. Okay. Number 18. Angelina, what did you get for 18? Sorry? Yeah. C. That's right. Okay. Setting up an equation for this relation, because notice this one. If you keep making the toothpick for the pattern, you're gonna kill yourself. You probably poke yourself with the toothpick before you find the answer. So something like this, when you have the initial. By the way, remember what is the initial value here? Figure 1? Is figure 1 the initial value? No, what is the initial value? Figure 0. What? Yeah, initial value is figure 0. Right? So remember y equals mx plus 3. After you find that, you also have to figure out how many toothpick is in the first diagram. Right? So don't forget that. That's a trick. Okay. Which variable represents an angle that has a measure of 140? Okay. And let's see, Emmy, since you did up to page 17, what did you get for 19? Page 8, number 19. I got D, that's right. Okay, in a circle, what's the angle in a circle? 360. So if you know that this outside angle here, exterior angle is 220, that means this part is the 140. All right. Hi. But I first thought it was double because I saw the inscribed angle is like wait. No, wait. Oh no, I just did that. Yeah, the inscribed. This is actually an inscribed angle and central angle. So central angle is 220. That means this inscribed angle here is 110. Yeah, this is still inscribed angle using these 2 points. Okay. 20. Jasmine, did you do 20? Oh, I chose C. I chose C too. Good. All right. So with this one, you are doing 1/8 of a mile. Okay. So 1/8, if you divide it on your calculator, 1 divided by 8, 0.125. What does off mean? Off mean again? Times. Yes. And then a mile is 1,609.3. Right. So that's what you have to do. Okay. This one right here, number 21. I see a right angle triangle. As soon as I see a right angle triangle, what comes to mind? Pythagorean theorem. That's right. Okay, so 21. I got B right here. If you want, you can even change these to decimals. Okay, so remember square root button on your calculator. For mine, I have to press the second and then this to get the square root. Okay, so the square root of 101 would give you the 10.05. Okay. Financial literacy. Select the 2 options that could best help a person improve their financial situation? Margaret, what did you choose for 22? Page 9, 22? A and B? Okay, reducing non-essential spending, so don't go to the movies every week. And then choosing free activities instead of paying for activities. So watch the movie at home, stream the movie rather than go to the movie theater, for example. Okay. And then last one, 23 of the set. Jelly wants to purchase a laptop for 500. She compares two financial options. This one is 10% down and a monthly payment of this for 2 years. This one is 0% down and a monthly payment of this for 3 years. Which statement is true? So you actually have to calculate it out. 10% down payment means 10% of 500. So I'm pretty sure you'll see a question like this on EQAO. Remember the focus on EQAO in I would say this year is financial literacy. So you'll do a lot of these type of questions. Okay, so 10% of this is $50. Okay, and then you're paying to 2063 for 2 years. So do I times it by 2? Margaret, what do I times it by? 24 because it's monthly. So in 2 years, that means it's 24 months. So when you times it, 20.63 times 24, you get 495.12. Don't forget to add your down payment because that's how much you did pay. So $545.12 in total. Okay, so a lot of people forget about the down payment after they calculate it. Okay, and then B, 0% down, and then just a simple monthly payment of $15.56 for 3 years. So when you times it by 36, $15.56 times 36, that's $560.16. So looking at these two, looks like B, you pay B $15 more, roughly about. So if you take a look at these options right here, C, because A costs $15 less. Okay. So for this question, you actually had to do all the calculation. On EQAO, remember it's on the computer, but it doesn't mean you can't use paper and pencil. Don't try to do this question in your head. Don't try to just punch in numbers in your calculator. Use paper, pencil. Okay. 20. Let's do 4 more first. Okay. This next set, which number is an irrational number? Hannah, what did you put? D. Yeah. Root 5. It's a non-repeating that decimal that goes on forever. So D. Okay. Sets. The whole numbers multiple of 3. Select the statement that correctly describes the numbers that are common to both sets. So this is kind of like the Venn diagram. It doesn't draw the Venn diagram, but you can do a Venn diagram. Let's for the sake of the review, let's do it. A, B. Oh, sorry. Oops. F and G. F and G. Okay. The G is the set of whole numbers that are multiples of 3. Okay, so whole numbers that are multiples of 3. So I'll put 2, 4. This is also multiples of 3. So 6, 8, 10, 12. It goes on forever. These dot dot dot. Okay, and then here multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, so forth. Okay, so the common numbers are always divisible by 4. Nope. Common numbers are always multiples of 6. Yep. Uh, da, 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 da. The common numbers are always odd numbers. Nope. And then the common numbers, there are no common numbers. Nope. So B. Okay. So even though it doesn't tell you to draw a Venn diagram, it's easier to see. Right. Let me do 2 more. Which value is equivalent to this? Okay, so it's a scientific notation, 1.2. So times 10 to the 4 means move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 place over, and then just fill in the spaces with the zeros, so C. Okay, which two expressions are equivalent to y to the power of 9? So when you multiply, you add the exponents. When you divide, you subtract the exponents. Okay. For exponent rule, remember it only applies to multiply or divide, not when you add or subtract. Okay, so the first set has 23 questions. I just did 4 more, so we just did 27 questions. Okay, for these 27 questions, how long should it take you roughly? That's a big difference between what you guys said. So how long? 27 questions should be 1 hour. Yes. All right, take a look back at page 1. That's why I gave you guys. I know EQAO is confusing. That's why I print this off for you guys. All right, so 14 questions, stage A once, 13 questions, stage B. So in total, 27 questions should take you the first hour. It's not that, yeah, it is. So on average, a lot of people actually do finish in about 30 minutes for session A. All right, but can you leave if you finish in 30 minutes? No, you have to put your head down. So rather than putting your head down, what should you do? Review, check your answer, all that, and then go for your break. Just like a final exam, if you do have to go to the washroom, you can, but you have to be escorted to the washroom. So you have to put up your hand. We'll get a teacher to escort you to the washroom. They won't go inside. Don't worry. They'll just wait for you outside the washroom, just to make sure you're not wandering off. Like you don't go to the plaza, you don't go to find your friends, and so forth. Okay. And then after the break, you do the 27 again. Okay. Most importantly, remember before you go home, make sure you finish 54. Okay. That's how you know how much you should have done. Farhan, your question. No earlier than 3 o'clock. Yeah. So at 3, then you can go, but don't rush it through because everything counts. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. If you finish and you feel that a nap will help you focus better for session B, sure. Um, and another thing that I always see in the past is people focus all their energy and like every bit of muscle on session A, and then they spend like 2 hours on session A, and then they get so tired for session B that they finish session B in like 15 minutes. So don't do that. Make sure you have granola bar or juice box or something like that so that it can keep you going for the 2 hours. Yeah. Beef patty. But no cafeteria service during exam week. Right? So if you do want a beef patty, you'll have to make it at home. Either eat it before or during break time, not during. Page 1, guys, you're killing me. Yeah, there's a 10-minute break in between, just because it's 2 hours. It's so long. So A break would be good. Yep. No, because exam is only 90 minutes. We think you can do it. Okay. So now instead of going over all these, which Yancy, which one did you say you want me to take up? Oh, it was from the previous pack?
Yeah, wait, also, I didn't listen yesterday, so can you take up, page, I mean, it's on the 2025 questions.
Yeah.
I think, oh yeah, question 10 on page 4.
Okay. Question 10. Oh, coding.
Yes.
Okay. Peer writes code to calculate the total price of an item, including the sale price and the tax. He's defining the following initial variables. Okay. Here decide to use a variable which he is calling subtotal to represent the sale price of an item before tax. Select the line of code that he should use to calculate the subtotal. Right, so without thinking of any of this, don't think of this as a coding question. Just think in general. Right? So in general, how do you calculate the sale price? Sale price of anything.
Oh, if it's 30% off, is 0.7 times the original price?
Yeah, so percent times the item price.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So just knowing that already will help you choose the correct answer. So the item price times the percent. Okay. Well, actually, this. So let's say if it's 30% off, you actually. Ooh, wait. I wrote the wrong thing. Let's say it's 30% off a sweater. When you do the percent times the price, that's not the sale price. That's the discount. Okay, and then sale price is the price. Take away the discount. Right? Okay. So now we can take a look to see. So right here, if you do the sale price is the same as subtotal. It means the same thing.
Oh.
Right? So if this one, what you calculated is actually the discount, not the subtotal. So not that. Okay. Item price, okay, minus the percent discount. So nope, that's only the percent. Okay. Item price plus, well, the plus already tells me it's not because I know it's a discount, so it should be cheaper. And then this one, the price minus, how do I get discount? The percent times the price. So it's D right here. But the percent. So if it's 30%, you have to divide by 100.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I get it.
So even though this is a coding question, you can think of it as like a normal question first, and then up, and then see which one makes more sense. That's how you should always do the coding questions, because the coding question once people see it's coding, they it scares them away. Yeah.
And the example, the formulas for like pyramids and
Yep. So on the final exam and on EQAO, the geometric shapes one will be given. Yeah. So just like the same, it's the exact same formula sheet that you guys got on your test. Okay. Any from the 2024 set? Number 12?
page 12.
Oh, page 12. Yep. Oh, another coding. Okay. So this is page 12, number 10. Will be used to determine the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. If the user inputs the length of the two sides, the line is missing in A line is missing in the code. Okay, so side A is 0, side B is 0. What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that? It came up on EQAO before. What's the purpose of setting side A equals 0, side B equals 0? Yep. Yep. And what are these called again? Yeah, but what are they for what? Whenever we bolt these, remember these are variables. Yeah, so setting up your variables, giving it an initial value. So setting up the variable basically. Okay. Enter the value for A. Okay. Enter the value of B. Okay. And then so this one is telling you to calculate hypotenuse. Okay. What's the formula again to calculate the hypotenuse? Equal. Right. So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. But just the hypotenuse itself, what do I have to do? Square root it, right? Okay, so which one of these shows this? Uh, D. Yeah, square root. A squared means side A times side A, and B squared means side B times side B. Okay. So you see how, again, this one is a coding question, but it's actually just Pythagorean theorem, which you guys are sick and tired of. Okay. And then page 12, another coding question. Drag and drop the two missing lines to the correct position. Okay. Determine the sum of two numbers if the sum of two numbers is equal to 8. So the fact that it says if, we know that we're talking about if else statements. Okay. So number A equals 0, number B equals 0. Output, enter the first number. So after you enter it, you want it to store it in number A, basically. Store it in number A. And then here, store it uh, as number B. So basically this, but in here. Yep, so this one goes here. Okay. And then your if statement. If the two numbers add up to 8. So if number A plus number B equals 8, then say that it equals. Otherwise, say that it's not equal. So looking at that, it means this one goes here. Okay. So when we did our assignments and tests and stuff like that, I actually had you guys type these out on EQAO. There's no typing. So it's always just drag and drop, if anything. Okay. Any other question from up to page 17 you want me to take up? Let me see if there's any one of these. Up to page 17. Oh, this. Okay, this one I wanna go over. 16, page 16, 21. These two cylinder and this cone all have the same circular base and the same height. So remember how we said I told you guys they always like to compare cone and cylinders. The first cylinder is completely filled with water. The cone and the second cylinder are empty. The water from the first cylinder is poured into the cone until it's completely full. Right? How much of it is in here then? Angelina? 1/3. Good job. Okay. The rest of the water is poured into the second cylinder, so which means 2/3 is in here. Right? How full will the second cylinder be? So in this case, 2/3 full. Okay. So do we have to do any calculations in this? No, you can't because they never gave you any numbers. So all you have to do in this case is recognize that the connection between them is 1/3 between a cone and a cylinder. Yeah.
Can you make a question 6 on page 10?
Question 6 on page 12?
10.
10? Okay. Number 6. Okay. A recipe uses 1/3 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of milk, and 1/2 cup of flour. The baker has 4 cups butter, 6 cup milk, 7 cups of flour, making me hungry. What is the maximum number of times the baker can make this exact recipe using what he has? Okay, so let's compare butter with butter first. Okay, so if I divide it, 4 divided by 1/3. Okay,
Pardon the interruption. The owner of a round floor parked to the front of the school license plate CF.
okay, so how do we divide again? Berhan? Yeah, so 4 times 3 in this case. Okay, so that means with the butter, I can make 12 cookies or something, 12 cake. Okay, let's see for this one. I have for the milk, okay, 6 divided by 1/4. So 6 times 4, 24. And then for the flour, 7 divided by 12, 7 times 2, which is 14. Remember, it's asking for the maximum number. So for maximum would be the 12 in this case. Okay. So I do have enough milk to make 24 of this recipe, but I don't have enough butter. So in that case, out of this 3, I have to take the lowest, which is the 12. Okay. Any other questions from the 2024 set? Right, if any other questions come up, you can definitely let me know. Put up your hand. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. Actually, I want to take up 17. Page 17 again because financial literacy. I know they're gonna ask so much questions about financial literacy, so I want to focus on that. Okay. Dustin wants to get a loan from the bank. Complete the statement so that he pays the least total amount of interest. So we talked about it. Since it's a loan, we want to pay the least interest. So Dustin should go with the bank that offers a monthly interest rate of. So when you're paying, do you want higher or lower interest? Lower. So 1%. And he should pay the loan back over. Since we are paying, do we want to pay it off sooner or later? Sooner. Over 6 months. There you go. Right? If this was if you are earning interest in a savings account, then all the answers would be opposite. Okay, and then lastly, this one, the graph goes like this. Is it appreciation or depreciation? Appreciate. Yeah, that's why we go over these words. Appreciation, and this, the value going down, this is a depreciation. Okay. So that's all I wanted to point out in that one. Okay. So next set. Okay, 2023. Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys to try some of these 23 questions on page 18. Remember, anything that you haven't finished in page 1 to 17, you should definitely try it. This is all part of the review. So I would say let's do up to. Oh, this set is longer. Oh, how many questions is in this set? There's 33, so half of it 17. So there's 17 questions. So up to page 21. All right, so just do page 18 to 21 for the rest of the class and homework.